exciting opportunity Thursday night against a really good ECU team, national television home game. It's what you do all the work for. Excited for our guys to have this opportunity. Look forward to hopefully having the same type of environment we had last time we played at home. That would be huge. Our crowd last home game was a difference maker. We need them to be that way again Thursday night. So with that, we'll open up to questions.
What does the calendar look like in the football office right now with all of these Thursday games, Friday games coming up that you're all over the place? So you're basically working off of X number of days till game day. So what is that? It's like I saw you all posted. Yeah, everybody else it's Saturday. For us, it's Monday.
It's Thursday today. And Thursday, Saturday today. Or it's Saturday. So you always go to game day and work back to try to create the normal game week preparation. So for us, Saturday was a Monday practice, Sunday was a Tuesday practice, so forth and so on. So today's really a Thursday walkthrough day. Tomorrow will be a Friday run-through type day. The nice thing is we needed a little bit of a break, if you will, for our guys' bodies. We were beat up. I wasn't shy about that. I mean, I don't know if you saw the injury report of the Tulsa game, but like everybody was questionable, including a couple of the coaches. I mean, we were beat up. And so, I think we're a little fresher. There are a couple guys that may be questionable game time type decisions, but for the most part, we're in a lot better spot, health availability, and you always work back off the calendar to try to get the normal flow of the game week and work off the calendar like it is normal.
Following up from that, I mean, you don't have a regular 7 days between games until the last 2 weeks of the season. How do you take advantage of that? What do? You get bonus practices? You just using it to get extra rest? What is it that you do in those situations?
Some of both. I mean, we practiced a couple of times last week to make sure our guys were still sharp and fresh. And they get maybe some young players extra work. When you come on Mondays around here, you see us do what I call, it's Monday morning, but we call it Monday Night Football. So basically the guys that are developmental players, redshirting, or maybe not playing a significant number of snaps in the game on Saturdays or Thursdays, whenever they are, get developmental reps. We did a little extra with some of our developmental guys last week, and then give them a couple of days down, and do a few things out in the community. We had some guys do some community service things last week. I was doing one-on-one with Jake Retzlaff on Thursday last week. We were out in the community doing a community service thing, and I was like, all right, Jake, what are you doing tomorrow? And it was Friday, and he goes, well, Coach, it's going to be like my first day completely off since I got here, to where I haven't had to do something. Because you think about it, he had to finish 3 classes to be eligible. He had to learn an offense. It's not the simplest thing to learn in short order, and learn a new place and new teammates. So a lot of our guys have been really in grind mode for several months, and so it was nice to give them a little break. But I sat down with our support staff, Byron Ellis, Jeremiah Cartwright, those folks that help me know which day of the week it is, and really plan out way in advance. Like going back to as soon as spring practice is over, we sit down and go, all right, what's the calendar look like for training camp all the way to December? I mean, really, truthfully. So, and we make tweaks and adjustments based upon the health and freshness and availability of our team, but you're constantly trying to stay ahead so what does this look like so that we're not having to wing it, if you will. We've got a plan for what we do.
You mentioned in the opening statement about this opportunity.
Yeah.
On ESPN, nationally televised, and really being the game in college football at night. How exciting is that? Do you notice an extra juice in guys when knowing that they're going to be on a stage like that?
Yeah, I think it gives you a little extra something. I mean, at the end of the day, though, it's about doing the simple things really well. I've talked to our team a lot about how much better can we do the ordinary things, like lining up clean and not getting penalties and just playing cleaner football. But, yeah, I mean, look, I don't ever really hardly get a chance to watch Monday Night Football, but I got to watch last night. Liam Cohen's one of my best friends. And I watched last night because it's Monday Night Football. And last night was a Wednesday in our world, which means we didn't work till midnight. So we worked late enough. But I had Monday Night Football in my office, and I got home and I watched the end of the game, and it's Monday Night Football. Well, Thursday night, there's not 30 games on or 40 games on. There's, a couple. And we're the one that gets to play on the mothership, ESPN. You know what I mean? And so I've coached some games where you're playing after dodgeball and pickleball. Well, we're playing on primetime ESPN football. Pretty cool for all of our coaches, for our players, for our fans. We need the stadium to be rocking because it needs to look good on TV too. That's got to It looked good against Duke. Needs to look good Thursday night.
Coach, I know you weren't, head over heels about the win over Tulsa, but between that, getting guys back healthy, what's really been the focus this last week?
Like I said, do simple better. Just do the little things better. I think, and we looked at maybe some things that have gone well and things that haven't gone well. You self-reflect. You evaluate what your strengths have been and what your weaknesses may have been through 5 games, and you try to recalibrate or adjust where you're not maybe meeting the standard that you need to play at to be successful. And look, winning's hard. All right, like winning's hard, especially like we won at Tulsa. Everybody's like, "Man, you're a maniac because you're not happy you won." No, I'm happy we won, but I see the warts too. Like it's my job to call out the stuff that's not good. It's everybody else's job to pat our guys on the back and tell them, "Hey, you won, you're great." It's my job to go, "Hey, we had 12 penalties or whatever we had." Like that's not very good.
Do you think you've accomplished what you wanted to during the bye week? You feel comfortable?
We'll find out Thursday night. Yeah, I mean, I think we've gotten a lot of good done, and I'm not just trying to be results oriented, but yeah, I mean, I think we have. I think we've got a few guys back. I think we've gotten some guys fresher, even some guys that were playing, but they were just sort of maybe a little run down. And we developed some young players, and we recruited some, and you got back to work.
East Carolina has the #1 scoring and #1 total defense in the league. When you see them on film, what has allowed them to have success?
Well, they got really good players all over the field, all 3 levels: D-line, linebacker, secondary. They're long, like they're physically imposing. They do a lot. Like structurally, they're multiple. They create a ton of negative plays in the backfield that get people behind the chains and off schedule. Man, they're just disruptive, and I think they're well coached. I think they play really hard. You turn the tape on, and I'm very impressed with the way they play the game. And so it's a real challenge. Like these guys are really good. This is, without question, in my opinion, one of the top teams in our league. I think everybody's talking about 3 or 4 other teams, maybe even not us, but I really think this team is one that I would put at the top in regards to how good they are, and that it's partially because of I think they got a great defense.
Jack Hollyfield's been everything you hoped for and more. I mean, he had key blocks on all 3 of Gordon's touchdowns.
Yeah, Jack's been awesome, man. Cool story. Went to Virginia Tech out of high school, played linebacker. I was actually coaching linebackers at another school, trying to recruit him, and he went to Virginia Tech, and then he moved to offensive line. Was at App State with Sean Clark. And we've talked about Sean, and man, he's a smart, tough, dependable, reliable, consistent player. Wow, those are awesome things to say about a teammate. Like, I just love having him on our team. He's the kind of guy that makes everybody around him better. Loves football, never has a bad day. Has a unique, cool personality. Came here with his dreads. Couldn't hear the snap count good enough, so he cut them. He came back there in spring ball after one weekend. I'm like, bro, what'd you cut your dreads off? Those were freaking awesome. And he's like, well, I couldn't hear good enough. I'm like, can we not have pulled them back and kept them out of your ears? Like, what are we doing? It took a little while to grow those things, but he's a great teammate. He's a fun guy to be around. He's a great culture guy.
Hauser, East Carolina's quarterback, but he's second in the league in yards. Just what have you seen from him?
Can make all the throws, has a big arm, sees it well. I think it really fits their scheme they do. They take a lot of shots. He can drive the ball down the field. He can take the field access throw. He throws the ball well on time. He's a better runner probably than given credit for. They run him, it comes alive a lot more in the run game in the red zone, but he can extend and create plays with his legs. He's a really good player, and he's got good weapons around him too. I mean, I think the receivers are good, the backs are good, the tight ends are good. I don't know if people understand in the general public how good this team we're getting ready to play is. Like, this team to me is as scary as anybody we play on our schedule.
How confident are you in that matchup with your defensive backs, especially since those guys are pretty young?
Yeah, I mean, we need to play good. If we don't play good, we'll get torched. If we play good, we'll have a shot. We got to play good. We got to hold up. We got to stay on top of things. We've been a little bit too nosy at times in coverage for my liking with our eyes in the backfield. We got to, if you're a deep player, stay deep. You know, if it's a sticky coverage, play sticky. You know, if you're a flat player, do your job. Like, just play your job. And so I like our guys. We got to play to a different standard. We got to continue to grow. We're not there yet.
Is Mamahat good to go?
Mamahat is 100%, baby. Let's go. Freaking fired up, man. Could not be more excited to watch Garrett Mamahat play football this week.
And Maurice Turner got in for a snap, and did he not look right on that?
Yeah, he was a pitch count guy, and he played well below what the pitch count was. I think he's available. You know, everybody to some level is questionable, but he's been a little bit more since game one. I think he'll be available. You know, he's looked good this week. He's been practicing the last few weeks, as you've seen, but he's looked as good as he's looked since the beginning of the year this week.
The 12 penalties in the last game, was that a big emphasis during the bye, and kind of how do you limit those?
Yeah, you know, not all penalties are the same. You know, the one that Bryce Bohannon had on the illegal touching down our sideline, I don't lose my mind on that because I actually thought he did get pushed out of bounds, even though they said he didn't. That's not a big penalty to me. It's like, hey, we just got to clean that up. The ones that drive me crazy are self-inflicted ones. And then late in the game, I was frustrated because it felt like offensively, when we subbed some guys in, it was penalty. Not all penalties were the same. We had one, Cargo, young player on the punt coverage, get a kick catch interference in the fair catch. He's got to learn and grow from that. We've taught that. It's just something he's a young player to learn from. Not all penalties are the same. So some of them I lose my mind over. Some of them like, man, it is what it is. So we did talk about it. We talked about it last week during the bye. I brought up this morning in our team meeting that we have to play clean. We have keys to victory every week. It's usually 3 of them. The lanyap this week was play clean. Like, don't do self-inflicted dumb things.
All good?
Awesome. Thank y'all for being here. Appreciate y'all.